Well, Mikhail Gorbachev, the man who Margaret Thatcher said, he's a man I can do business with. Remember perestroika, the opening up of the Soviet Union, kind of paving the way for the visa changes that led directly to the fall of the Berlin Wall. So I think for us in the West, he's something of a hero. I mean, Ronald Reagan, for example, well after Ronnie had retired and Gorbachev had retired, and Gorbachev would go and visit him at his ranch in California. So a remarkable man who, oversaw those last days of what was, frankly, truly an evil empire. And here's the irony, Dan. He then finished up a very isolated figure within Russia itself, without much popularity. And it just goes to show, sometimes the real heroes in history do not get the credit they deserved. And to me, Mikhail Gorbachev falls firmly into that camp.
Tom Tugendhat, a potential future cabinet minister in the Truss administration, has just tweeted on this, Nigel. Mikhail Gorbachev's reported dead, according to Moscow's Central Clinical Hospital, is a reminder of how far Russia has fallen from a powerful, if tyrannical state to now the playpen of gangsters and war criminals. Is that fair?
Well, look, I think that actually the early 90s were a period of great optimism that, a new Russia and with its new satellite states breaking away would become a place of democracy, would become a place that we'd recognise. So I understand Tugendhat saying how corrupted Russia has become. I get that. But to think that it's just a little backyard that's irrelevant underestimates the potential power, damage and danger that Putin could do. And isn't it funny? We were really patting ourselves on the back 6 months ago. We've put tough sanctions on Putin. They're really going to suffer. Well, ask yourself, with the price of gas, who's now really paying the price?
Now, you refer to Gorbachev and Thatcher. Here's what she had to say about him, Nigel.
I like Mr. Gorbachev. We can do business together. We both believe in our own political systems. He firmly believes in his. I firmly believe in mine. We're never going to change one another. So that is not in doubt. But we have two great interests in common, that we should both do everything we can to see that war never starts again, and therefore we go into the disarmament talks determined to make them succeed. And secondly, I think we both believe that they're the more likely to succeed if we can build up confidence in one another and trust in one another about each other's approach.
Nigel, of course, things have changed so much since that time. Where do you think our relations with Russia are going to go?
Dan, I'm minded to say our political leaders have changed so much. There was a woman, whether you agreed with her or disagreed with her, who was firm in her convictions, well thought through in her beliefs, her ideology, her philosophy, and compare that to the careerists. We're about to get our fourth Conservative Prime Minister in 6 years. No, as I said earlier, Thatcher recognised, whilst there were huge cultural differences, Gorbachev was a man she could do business with. And I just felt, that day, I was actually in Germany the day the Berlin Wall came down. Purely by coincidence, but I was there. And it was a remarkable time, a time of great hope, a time of great optimism. And it's very sad to see what Russia has become today.